Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Vakratunda Mahakaya Surya Koti Samaprabha Nirvignam Kurume Deva Sarvakareshu Sarvada. Om Gam Ganapate Namaha. Om Vijay Ganapate Namaha. Om Raj Ganapate Namaha. Om Uchishta Ganapate Namaha. Om Shri Mahaganadhipate Namo Namaha. Om Shri Buddhi Siddhi Shakti Sahita Shri Mahaganadhipate Namo Namaha. Om Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Deva Maheshwaraha Gurur Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Sarva Mangala Mangalle Shive Sarvartha Sadhike Sharanye Trambake Devi Narayani Namostute. Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Mahakali Rupena Samstita. Namastasya 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 Namo Namaha. Om Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Mahasaraswati Rupena Samstita. Namastasya 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 Namo Namaha. Om Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Mahalakshmi Rupena Samstita. Namastasya 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 Namo Namaha. Om Aim Hrim Klim Chamundai Viche Swaha Durge Durge Rakshini Tha Swaha. Om Shri Hanumate Namaha. Shri Sadgurubhyo Namaha. Welcome to Nitya Satsang. Today is the 21st of January 2026. I want to offer prostrations, Ananda Koti Namaskaram to Bhagavan and to all the great sages. Ishvaraha Sarva Bhutanam, residing in the heart of every single being at all times and all places. We are continuing to examine our internal bond, our internal sambandha, our internal connection, relationship, attachment, immersion, absorption with Bhagavan, with God. This is the general idea. This is the general phenomena in all dualistic bhav, dvaita bhav. That is in Abrahamic religions, Judaism, Christianity, Islam, and of course Bhakti Sampradayas throughout the Sanatan Dharma. That is called dvaita bhav. We should be clear on this point. So today's technical term, or the knowledge term, whatever you want to call it, if you're taking notes, hopefully you are. Hamari prarthna hai, aap thoda likh dijiye. Today's term is dvaita. Dvaita means duality. Dvaita bhav, two words. Dvaita means dualistic bhav. There are three bhavas. Dualistic bhav, then there is qualified non-dualistic bhav, and there is Advaita bhav. Advaita sthiti actually. But when we say bhav, that has to have some kind of dualism in there. So what does it mean, and how does this all relate to what we're talking about? Why this Dvaita bhav? There cannot be upasana, devotion, worship or bhakti without dualistic bhav. Dualistic bhav means what? That Bhagavan is beyond me. I am at the feet of Bhagavan. Hum bhakta hai, wo Parameshwar hai. Very simple. There is God and God's servant. Bhagavan or Bhagavan ke sevak. Bhagavan or Bhagavan ke bhakta. Bhagavan or Bhagavan ke mukta. That the supreme being is supreme. Supreme meaning Purushottama. As per the Gita, Gita uses the word Purushottama. It's a very interesting word. Why this word is used? It's a combination of two words. Bhagavat Tattva kaun hai? Kaise hai? What is that Tattva? That Tattva is called Purushottama, and it is not male or female. We have this notion in our mind that Bhagavan is male, but that's not actually true. I mean, there is, the manifestation here can be in male form or female form, whichever form here on the planet or other planets. पर भगवत तत्व जो है, जो अक्षर से पर ब्रह्म तत्व, दैट इज नॉट मेल और फीमेल, दैट इज सच्चिदानंद विग्रह. वो साकार फॉर्म है और वो सत चित आनंद का उनका शरीर है. आनंदमय, चिन्मय, इट इज अ, वो सब दिव्य आकार है. भगवान एक ही है, इट्स ओनली वन तत्व. सो दैट भगवत तत्व meaning the being, the substance. Again, we tend to think of tattva in terms of material tattva, and that is there. There are 24 material tattva, but beyond that is the Atma tattva. There's Akshar tattva, and many tattvas are in between. And then there's, of course, the Purushottama tattva. Tasmat Sharamatitoham Aksharaadapi Chottama Atosmi Loke Vedecha Pratitaha Purushottama, chapter 15 of the Gita. This is right from the Gita. So in the Gita, there are three words that are used: Shar, Akshar, and Purushottam. Tasmat Sharamatitoham Yasmat Sharamatitoham Aksharaadapi Chottama. That I am beyond Shar and Akshar, I am Purushottam, भगवान कहते हैं. ठीक है. So when we look at the verses in the Gita as they are, there are many commentaries and interpretations, तो बहुत कुछ है. The one point that really stands out is that Bhagwan Purushottama, Bhagwan is Purushottama, not male or female. The forms are many: Krishna, Ram, Shiv, Shri Ram, Shri Krishna, Mata Ji के स्वरूप, वो सब ईश्वरों में सब form है, forms taken by the Lord, by that supreme being. That supreme tattva is avatari. This is another word. So a couple of words to write down. One is Dvaita Bhav. Dvaita Bhav means dualistic bhav, meaning where we are in this body, we are at the feet of God. We are servants of God. The Das Hanuman in the Ram Parivar is Dvaita Bhav. Radhika ji next to Sri Krishna is Dvaita Bhav at one level. Then she merges inside. That's Advaita Bhav. Amazing. You know, Ramakrishna Paramans crying at the feet of Mother of Devi Kalika is Dvaita Bhav. Mirabai in love with Krishna is Prema Bhav, but it is still Dvait, D-V-A-I-T-A or D-W-A-I-T-A. Dvait, this is a word. Please write this down. Dvait means dual. Advait means not two. You see? So then why is the word ekam not used? Just one. If not two is the same thing as one, but it's specifically written as Advaita, because we are living in Dvaita. We'll talk about that later on. But right now, where we are, this is called Dvaita Bhav, and that's good enough. You don't need to worry about the Advaita at this stage. Dvaita Bhav mein hi rehna. That is how bhakti occurs. Bhakti kaise ho sakti hai otherwise? We cannot do any bhakti or be in a state of a bhakta. Bhakta banna जीवन में शुद्ध, दिव्य, sthir bhakti, meaning purified devotion, divine devotion, steady devotion, sacha bhakta, sacho bhakta banvu. Very difficult. It's not difficult. It's that we don't want to do that. That's the only reason. There's nothing hard about it, really. We're making it hard unnecessarily. Bhakta is the individual with the mind, body, senses, as we are, just as we are right now. We can say bhakta. But who is a bhakta? Bhakta is a person, is a devotee. In Christianity, this is called the penitent person, the repentant person, the reborn person. They have specific language for that. Very good languages there. We also have in the Sanatana Dharma similar language. All dualistic traditions have the same concept. That Bhagwan is here, we are here at the feet of God. There's that duality, and there is a hierarchy. God is supreme, Purushottama, Parabrahma, Paratpara Parabrahma, पर से भी पर, वो जो पर अंतिम तत्व है, that is only one. Everything is below. ऐसी सब बात है. So, it's very interesting. Now I'm going to try to we want to use a verse today from the Ras Panchadhyay of Srimad Bhagavatam, and that references 10th Skand, Dasam Skand, chapter 29, verse number 6. And this is where Shukdev Goswami ji, who is the expounder of Bhagavatam, during that Ras Leela time, he's explaining what is the state of the Gopikas in their intense love for Krishna. So I'll just read the translation. I won't go through the whole verse right now in Sanskrit, but the translation is like this, that the consciousness of the Gopikas, actually I can go through some of the Sanskrit if you want. Yas chetana smriti pranaha. Chetana meaning consciousness. The consciousness of the Gopikas, their memory, smriti, the entire memory structure, pranaha, their vital breaths, sharirendriya, meaning their bodies and senses and intellect, sharirendriya buddhayaha, sarvasta Bhagavan Krishna, Sarvasta Bhagavan Krishna, Sarvasta Bhagavan Krishna. That is the actual. That all of these, meaning their consciousness, their memory, their breath, their bodies, their senses, their intellect. Kya baat hai ye? This is 10.29.6 Srimad Bhagavatam. Amazing, amazing. All of these, they would wholly play, WHOLLY, completely. They wholly placed in Bhagavan Krishna. Is Nyasa Jagmuhu Param Padam. This is verse 10.29.6. Yas Chetana Smriti Pranaha Sharirendriya Buddhayah Sarvasta Bhagavan Krishne Nyasa Jagmuhu Param Padam. This is the translation, that the Gopikas put their consciousness, their memories, their vital breaths, their bodies, senses, intellect, everything, all of these, they wholly placed, completely, wholly meaning, the word in Sanskrit there, total offering, that is called nyas. You know, hum jo nyas karte hai na, when the pujas, archanas and other things are done, when we're doing for sitting for havan and pujan, वो एक न्यास की एक विधि होती है, न्यास के मंत्र भी है. But look at the gopis. They didn't do न्यास mantras or anything. They're just internally completely connected with Sri Krishna. My God, this is unbelievable. This is the heart of Krishna Bhakti. हृदय इसको कहते हैं, रास पंचदय. मैं आपको बताता हूँ. See this book here. See this? Ras Panchadhyay. 5 chapters. That is the absolute cream of devotion. और इसमें से सब भक्ति संप्रदाय इसमें से आए हैं, from these verses. All the bhakti sampradayas, Radha Vallabh Sampradaya, Shri Sampradaya, Vaishnava Sampradaya, Swaminarayan Sampradaya, everyone. Gaudiya Vaishnava Parampara, jitne bhakti ke sampradaya hai, particularly Vaishnavi bhakti, is coming from this Ras Panchadhyay. इसमें इतनी ताकत है, but to take this verse, this one verse, you can take billion shastras, billion, infinite, ananta shastra का सारांश ये है. Whole Bhagavad Gita is in this. The entire 18,000 verses are in this one verse. The entire Vishnu Sahasranam is in this one verse. All the Devi Upasana, Vishnu Upasana, Shiv Upasana, jo bhi hai, all the scriptures of all the religions are in this one verse. Extraordinary, extraordinary. And thus they attain the supreme state. They placed completely who they are inside Sri Krishna. So that Dvaita Bhav moves into that state of Advaita Bhav. There's a verse in the Shikshapatri, Bhagwan Swaminarayan. This is so fantastic. I wish I could talk about this for 15 hours with all of you. Itna amazing hai. Isse par kuch nahi hai. Write it down. 10.29.6 Shreemad Bhagavatam. इसको memorize कर देना. एक ही श्लोक है. Don't need anything other than that. If भगवान को प्रार्थना करनी, pray to God, pray to Krishna, pray to इष्ट देवता, और भगवान के संतों को प्रार्थना करें. ये जो श्लोक है वो हमारे जीवन में जो आ जाएगा, हम मुक्त गुजराती में तत्काल मुक्त बनी जाए. Immediately you become mukta. And prema bhakti, you're just lost because you offered completely who you are at the feet, in the swarup of Sri Krishna. Isse badi there's anything beyond? But look at the way this is explained here. My God, Chetana, Smruti, Prana, Sharir, Indriya, Buddhi, kuch baki hai, constitutes the entire psychophysical apparatus. This is it right here. This body, psychological, physical apparatus. ये शरीर भगवान शंकराचार्य जी कहते हैं दुर्लभम त्रयमय वेत देवानुग्रह हेतु का मनुष्यत्वम. This apparatus is extremely rare. It is very special. It is to be used and tuned and for this purpose. This is the purpose of life. This is the ultimate purpose of life. Why Radha and Krishna are worshipped throughout Sanatana Dharma? Because of this reason. राधिका जी इज नित्य मुक्ता. शी इज कंटिन्यूअस. वो तो हलादिनी शक्ति है भगवान की, वो अंतरंग शक्ति है. हम जो है वो तटस्थ शक्ति है. फ्रॉम गौड़ीय वैष्णव परंपरा कमेंटरीज, जीवात्मा इज तटस्थ शक्ति ऑफ श्री कृष्ण, और श्री राधा रानी इज हलादिनी शक्ति, अंतरंग शक्ति. भगवान कृष्ण भी वो राधिका जी की उपासना करते हैं. It's unbelievable. These things are just beyond. I don't even know where to begin with this. This is so tremendous. Just think about this for a moment. थोड़ा विचार कीजिए. You know this word nyas that is used here. That is इसका रहस्य ये है. रहस्य. This is the essence. Nyas means to place, to surrender, to completely connect 100% within. That is called nyas. Nyasa means total self-offering. It's not just a physical action alone. In the Navratri time, when the Ras is done, Navratri ka mahima itna hai. As an example, I'm just giving this as an example, but it can be done in it can be done in any which way. That's not a problem. But just as why it is set up this way, it is to do this nyas. It is a sadhana. The dance is a sadhana. And really the way it should be done, I mean, there's a couple of ways to go about it. Particularly because until and unless we are, okay, let's put it this way. If we are within the realm of Maya, Sattva Gun, Rajogun, Tamogun, ये जो गरबा का जो डांस है, ये जो रास के जो, with the Devi's murtis in the center, male and female should be separate in that. If you're within the three gunas of Maya, if you're outside the three gunas of Maya, तो वो दिव्य संबंध बन जाता है. But see, because this is why there's so many problems. I don't want to go into that subject. But इसमें जो मर्यादा होनी चाहिए is very important. Because we cannot connect with that Paramatma if our mind is going into different distractions. That is the basic concept. ये जो न्यास की जो बात है, because Gopikas are female. There's only one male, that is Krishna. Isn't it so? Isn't it very interesting? But in the Navratri, there's only one female. And everybody else is also female. Even the male are also female. The feminine energy in the male. That is Shakti. Shakti dvara Shakti ki upasana. Another very massive subject. But let's look at this verse carefully. Nyas, I'm just trying to explain what is nyas. Nyas means self-offering. We say, but how do we offer ourselves? That's what the first part of the verse says. Chetana. Chetana means consciousness. Yes, Chetana. This is the verse. Yes, Chetana. Smriti pranaha. Amazing. To offer Chetana, meaning our breath, our life, our pran, who we are. Generally we are connected in this kind of connection with deeply ingrained individuals, attachment structures with people, quote, that we love and all that. This is the attachment we have, isn't it so? For mother and child, father and child, family members and all this attachment, this mamatva, isko jo mamatva kehte hai, it is already present with the people of the sansar. And it needs to be there also. Take that same nyas that we have already done inside the vishayas of the world, the worldly experience. Take that same binding, that placement, offering, and completely from inside place it at the feet of Bhagavan Krishna and Radha. Ishta Devata, Shiv, Shakti, जो इष्ट है, उनके चरणों में रख देना है. किसकी तैयारी है? The moment that is done, Paramam Padam, last two words of the verse. You're enlightened. भगवान का साक्षात्कार की बात है. और क्या चाहिए जीवन में? सीधी बात है. Actually, it is extremely straightforward. पूरी गीता आ गई इसमें. When a bhakta places the mind, the senses, the pran, the indriyas, antakaran, जो भी हम, ये जो complete mind body complex, psychophysical apparatus, has been wholly placed, W-H-O-L-L-Y, wholly. Sarvas, see, so the word is sarvasta Bhagavan Krishne. See this word sarva. Sarvasta means all of these. Sarvasta means, Yash Chetana Smriti Prana, Chetana Smriti Prana, Sarvendriya, Buddhayaha, and the intellect. Buddhi, mind, intellect, everything. My goodness. Even to imagine this, ये स्थिति, इसको imagine करना नहीं, ये भी body, this is a huge thing. Even to try to visualize something like this. What is this? That is why this is the cream. This is the essence of the whole bhakti and upasana. And when this happens, the moment it happens, paramam padam, न्यासाद जगमुहु परम पदम. You're living liberation, जीवन मुक्त स्थिति. भगवान का अखंड दर्शन होता है इसमें. किसकी तैयारी है? किसको करना है? Is it difficult to do? No. There's nothing difficult about this. It's absolute mahima. When we recognize, it is called in Vachanamrut में ये जो स्थिति है, इसको कहते हैं असाधारण महिमा. Asadharan means the glory. See, we have mahima meaning glory of lot of money. billion, $100 billion, right? Isn't it so? We have glory of this material experiences. But when our complete being is connected to Paramatma, it can only be connected to Paramatma when we understand and when we see that there is nothing greater than that. When there is realization that isse par kuch baat hi nahi hai, then why not go for that? Why get stuck with small things? It's an interesting question. If Sachin, if just from a worldly examples, somebody says, I'm going to give you $100 billion check, you can have that, or you can continue to work at McDonald's as a manager over there, and Taco Bell, McDonald's mein काम करना. Oh, I'm so attached to that. I don't understand what is $1 billion. You put that away, throw it away. Think about that, and continue to work at $35,000 per year as a manager, flipping burgers and flipping tacos. This is a sansar. Sansari people who are trapped at flipping burgers and flipping tacos and making burritos. You understand? It's an analogy, right? We are stuck in काम, क्रोध, लोभ, मोह, मत्सर, आशा, तृष्णा, राग, द्वेष, मेरा, तेरा. ये सब total trash बात है. This is completely destroyed in this bhakti. It is transformed. Yesterday in our Angel Wing program, we talked about this. Transmutation. This is called transmutation. करके देखना. जीवन बहुत, there's only limited time is there. This life, this body that is given is for this purpose. It is not to be damaged and wasted in foolish things. Yeah, we need to do everything in life. But just try to see, let's try to see that every part, our memories, our thoughts, our feelings, our emotions, our senses, the body itself, the intellect itself, it is wholly placed. Sarvendriya, the word is Sarvendriya buddhayah. Sarvendriya buddhayah. Intellect plus all the indriyas, mind, conscious, everything is placed in God. My God, kya baat hai? There is no break. Not 1 second is broken in this link. This is called Bhakta Bhagwan Sambandha, the Dvaita Bhav, which is unbroken. What does it lead to? It leads to Param Padam. Nyas ho jata hai. Bhagwan ka nyas. Remember we talked about this, we bring the verses inside, bring the murti inside. This is the whole point. When we place ourselves completely in Bhagwan Krishna, Bhagwan, then God is not far. He's right there. I mean, iska jo anubhav hai, it is beyond any description. Param Padam. And not to back off. When there is realization that this is the topmost, Bhagwan is Anandakand, Bhagwan mein hi sab sarvasya shrishti aayi hai, everything, right? If you go through the whole Gita and have drunk the Gita from inside this Gita leads to this. All the chapters are in this. All the verses are in this. All the commentaries are in this. ये जो स्थिति की बात है, ब्रह्म स्वरूपिणी भक्ति. What is the anubhav? Anandam, akhand, unbroken ananda की स्थिति है. प्रेम, unbroken love की स्थिति है. And absorption in Krishna this way, all our names and forms, everything we see in the waking state, swapna avastha, sab Krishna mein, Bhagvat mein दिखता है. ये स्थिति की बात है. It's not about, Sachin is speaking, we don't even have, Sachin is absolutely there's no qualification to even talk about this. But it is there, it's just being presented as a seva for oneself and for भगवान की दया और कृपा से ये होता है, बाकी कभी भी नहीं हो सकता. This is not, our ahankar is blocking this from happening. Our vasanas, our egos, all the trash stuff, which I don't even want to mention it, tell you the truth, ever. but we have to talk about it because that has to be separated out. That is Viveka. इसको separation कर दीजिए. It's amazing. Our action in life, Kriya, every action is in this न्यास भगवान के साथ कंटिन्यूअस उसको ऑफर करते हैं एंड क्रिया चल रही है. गोपिकास आर गृहस्थस, देयर मैरिड वुमेन, देयर डूइंग देयर हाउसहोल्ड ड्यूटीज, बट दे आर कनेक्टेड internally भगवान के साथ. भगवान का नाम, नवदा भक्ति, everything is in this नवदा भक्ति. But it is unbroken. See, when we offer consciousness, meaning the Atma Tattva, Chaitana means consciousness, Atman. That Atma is offered to God. What is that? इस पर तो thousands of shastra is even to begin to touch that. That's why the power of this Ras Panchadhyaya is so intense. People don't know, may not know all this thing. I don't know how much anybody talks about all this. इसकी जो ताकत है, इसके जो दिव्यता है, is beyond any description. To offer the Atma at the feet of Paramatma. We can offer fruits and flowers and maybe we can do some sadhana here and there. How do you offer the Atma at the feet of Paramatma? Somebody, what is that? वो क्या है? Yes, Chetana, Smriti Pranaha. To get to that point of offering the Atman, our Smriti, our entire mental framework gets absorbed in the Swarup of Paramatma. The entire Vachanamrut is in this. I can show Garada Pratham number 3, Garada Madhya number 13, Garada Pratham number 20, all of them. They're all about this. Akhanda Vritti, Garada Pratham 1. So, it just goes on. Vardal 20. There's just verse after verse, line after line. It all leads to this point. क्या बात है? I don't, when I see this, Sachin feels I don't have any qualification of any kind to even touch this. इतनी दिव्यता है इसमें. It is purna divyata, divinity without any end. That is this one verse, and the many verses are throughout. It is so profound, actually. Profound in one sense, but it is a sthiti ki baat hai. Offering the breath, inward breath, outward breath, inward breath, outward breath is offered. Shwasho shwasa bhajan jab lage toot na det na dora naat chabi antar mein nirakat jaise chand chokor. I've mentioned this before. Brahmanand ji ka his poems, thousands of poems. Kabir ji ki baat, Surdas ji ki baat, Vallabhacharya ji ki, kitne acharya, thousands and thousands and thousands of scriptures and poems and bhajans. Everything is in this one verse. If you open it up, one lifetime would not be enough. You would need billions of lifetimes to talk about this. And even that would not be enough. At the same time, it's actually very straightforward. Completely holy. WHOLLY. Holy, placed. Completely placed. Everything, this physical, mental complex in Bhagavan Krishna. And the moment that is done, Paramam Padam. Padam means state of realization. Pad means position, that position that is Goloka, Bhagwan ka jo dham hai. So overwhelming to even read this verse. Isse par kuch hai nahi. There isn't anything beyond this. There cannot be anything beyond. Ek pura anubhav ka kshetra hai. It is a dimension of anubhav. It is a dimension of love, prema shakti that is opened up, where the vasanas have been completely transformed into prema. Just as this line that Sachin just spoke, that vasanas transformed and transmuted into divine love. Thousands of books, even that would not be enough. It's अनुभव की बात है, इसका transmutation, the whole body mind, it is completely intensely connected with Bhagavad Tattva. And that connection doesn't break. It's not like we offer it at one point and then we take it back. Our ahankara wants to take everything back. That's not offering. In Dvaita Bhav, once it is offered, it is not taken back. Isn't it so? When we go to temples and mandirs, when we take, let's just say when we take a fruit, just take one apple, we offer it to Paramatma. We don't say, well, I'm giving it to you, now I want it back from you, I want it back. No, ऐसा नहीं होता. We never ask for it back. पुजारी जी महाराज जो भी है मंदिर में वो ऑफर करते हैं भगवान को, and then he said, as a prasadam, it is given back to you, that's fine. And that is the whole point. What is the prasadam that is given back? Bhagwan Swayam, he gives himself to you. What more do you want? What is that? Paramam Padam, wo to dham and all those Aishwarya, even the Chaturdha Mukti, Salokya, Sarupya, Sayuja, Samipya, 5 prakar ki mukti, 4-5 different types of mukti are there. The bhakta is not interested in all that thing. He's interested in this love, he or she. They're interested in this state. And Bhagwan by force gives all the muktis. उसको चाहिए ही नहीं कुछ. भगवान का प्रेम में जो आनंद है, प्रेम रस. Don't want anything else. Don't ask for anything else. Why would you want anything else? Because you've gotten what it is, an unending ananda. Om Vakratunda Mahakaya Suryakoti Samaprabha Nirvignam Kurume Deva Sarvakarechu Sarvada Shri Ganeshaya Namah Om Ganganapate Namah Shri Radha Krishnaya Namo Namah Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Shri Radhika Namo Namah Om Hrim Shri Radhika Namo Namah Om Klim Shri Radhika Namo Namah Om Shrim Shri Mahalakshmi Namah Om Shrim Rim Shri Kamale Kamalale Prasida Om Shrim Rim Shri Mahalakshmi Namah Om Hrim Swaha.